Hey guys, I wanted to talk really quick about something that it's kind of hard to talk about, but it's one of those things where I've already made one video about this, so let's make a second video. I hope you can hear me. I don't want to speak too loud. I'm in the ladies. I just started a new job, and one of the things that I think about when I'm entering a new environment is, how do I disclose? Do I tell people right off the bat? Do I wait until something comes up? Do I say, do I drop hints in conversation? But one of the things that I think is really interesting is I also have a job that I've been at for a year, and I haven't disclosed there either. I told my boss because it involved, I had to have a surgery. Why do you have to have the surgery? Like whatever. Of course, I didn't have to share with her, but I chose to because we have a really good relationship. And I'm switching hands. I chose to tell her based on the fact that I needed to sort of let her into my circle of trust. Now, here's the thing. That's a different atmosphere. One's, food service, one's an office. And I just started working here and I feel really comfortable and everybody seems really nice, but I don't want to open up too quickly. So it's kind of one of those things where like, how do I disclose at work? If things were different, at the other job, I would have come out a lot quicker. A couple of jokes were made about like gender identity. One of my older coworkers who doesn't work there anymore said something to the effect of like, maybe he's a she or she's a he, in regards to a customer. And I mean, that like freaked me out. I actually mentioned it to my boss because it like really bothered me. And I think with good reason. What else? There's obviously a difference. Food service people have less of a filter than like a corporate or an office atmosphere. Here, everybody's really nice. I'm getting along with people. It's still my first week, but I don't want to sort of open that door too quickly. So if you're thinking about disclosing at work, I would give you 3 pieces of advice. The first piece would be sort of test the waters. If you're thinking of, disclosing to one person, like send them a video about, a queer issue or something that's going on in your community. In the case of intersex, it could be like an article about intersex genital mutilation. See what their response is. If they respond in one way, then you clearly know that's not a person you want to talk to about it, or you want to maybe like give it a little bit more time. But if they seem supportive, if they seem cool, like it might be time to take it to the next step. Second piece of advice would be try to put yourself in their shoes for a second. They may have never met someone like you, or at least think they haven't. They might not come from a perspective of having a lot of queer influences in their life, and sort of walk them through it. As far as, not getting along with people at the office or whatever, I think that it's important to not focus too much on trying to be so open right off the bat. The third piece of advice I would have would be, don't let other people's opinions affect your performance at your job. In the case of someone, I think at my other job, making like a comment like I mentioned before, or even someone else who also doesn't work there, just coincidentally, not because of anything they said, but one of our coworkers used the restroom and then came out or whatever, and like the restroom was clean, and she, the other coworker, she's a female gender identity, went in afterwards and she came out and she goes, oh, like the bathroom's really clean, oh, he really is a girl or something like that, like, oh, because he's clean and not like messy like a typical man, oh, he must be, I guess he really is a girl. Like, it was just, there's just so many weird comments that like people don't know like are offensive, and like she was much younger, so like I had a conversation with her and like I didn't like speak to her boss or anything, but you have to imagine people complexly. Everybody comes from a different background, everybody comes from different circumstances, and not everyone has the same exposure to certain types of people, and they don't know that some of the things they say are going to be offensive. They think they're being funny or silly or or maybe not even offensive, but like maybe like it's gonna sort of rub people the wrong way. Just remember that everybody's different, and not everybody means it in a mean way. And don't let it affect your work performance. You know, I could have let that like really bother me and like not been able to do my work properly, but like, you know, I compartmentalized and I put it to one side. I know that's hard for some people, but it's really important that you do it if you can. So that's my thoughts on disclosing at work. I haven't fully disclosed at work, but I'm out on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So if anybody finds me from either of my jobs and sees this video, hi, I'm intersex, by the way. But yeah, it's not an easy thing. But I feel like it was way harder to do it publicly than it is to do it at work. Like to just be out and be out. That's all. I swear a better video next week. I'm gonna try to film something on the weekend so that I can film and script it and everything. But thanks for watching.